If you guys are interested in learning a quick tutorial on how to make some laser cut and engraved Christmas ornaments, stay tuned. Today we're going to work on 2 ornaments that are going to be quick projects for you guys to do for the upcoming Christmas holiday. So let's get into it. The first thing that you want to do is you want to go over here to shapes, get a circle, and then you're just going to draw a circle, and then up here you're going to unlock it and you'll change it to the size you want. So you can either do 3 inches or 4 inches, whatever your preference. I'm going to make this one 3 inches, and I'm going to lock it back. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see it better. The next thing you want to do is you want to create another circle. So I'm just going to copy this one, paste. I'm going to make this circle, this is going to be the top piece for where you can attach your ornament string. I'm going to make this one 0.5 inches. And then I'm going to copy this one. And then I'm going to make this one, this is going to be the inner circle so that there can be a hole in this one for you to put your string in. I'm going to make this one 0.25. And then what you're going to do, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. You're going to align it so the crosshairs align vertically and horizontally, so you can see that is happening there. So then you're going to highlight both, and you're going to go up here, and then you're going to do subtract and overlap. So now this becomes one piece, and if you push to engrave, you can see that now it has the hole in it. Okay, so then for this piece here, you can do the same where you can make the circle a little bigger and do that attach and overlap, or I can show you guys how to do it another way. You can go up here to outline once you selected your piece, and then you can change this to whatever you want. So I'm going to change this to 0.25. Make sure you hit confirm, and then I'm going to highlight both of these, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do subtract and overlap, so then it does the same thing here. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to take your circle and make sure you align it so that it aligns here. You see it's aligned, and you want to move it down so that it overlaps. Then you're going to select both pieces, and then you're going to hit this unite. So then it just makes this one solid piece. I'm going to zoom out here so that you guys can see what I'm going to do next. I'm going to make 2 different ornaments designs that you can try out. So I'm going to do copy and paste. And then I want to have a back piece so that if I want to do any engraving or attach any images. So I'm just going to select one of these, and I'm going to do outline again. I'm just going to keep the outline on where it is on here, so I'm going to push confirm. So this gives you a solid back piece. If you want to have that hole in there, then you just put it back where you had it. You do the circle again. And again, you want to unlock it since it's not completely the same size on each side. And I'm going to make this 0.25. And this one 0.25. Okay, and then I'm going to make sure it's locked. And then I am going to move this piece over to here, and I'm going to zoom in so that I'm able to see that this piece is going to be specific, like exactly where it needs to be. So once that's the case, then I'm going to move this front piece out of the way. And then I'm going to take this piece here, and I'm going to do subtract and overlap. So then that becomes one whole piece. So then when this piece gets put together on here, then that hole is still there so you can put your string through. So since this one is already the same size, I'm just going to copy this one so that I have two back pieces. Okay, so I'm going to show you what you can do with this first one. So for this first one, we're just going to do something real simple. We're going to go over here to shapes, and we're going to get a festival, from the festival, a snowflake. So I'm going to pick this snowflake here, and you guys can pick whatever you want. Like if you want to do a deer or a snowman, whatever, you can put that in here as well, but I'm just going to show you guys something real simple. So you could just make this big enough so that everything is touching on all sides. You want to verify that's happening. Then you highlight both these pieces. Then you'll highlight both of these pieces, and then you'll hit unite. So then this becomes one whole piece. So then this one right here would be one ornament that you guys can do, and I'll show you guys what you can do to decorate the back of this ornament so you can make it more festive. Okay, so for this one, we're going to do some engraving on this piece here, which is the back piece, and then we'll put a design as part of this ornament. So let's move this one out of the way for now. Then for this one here, we're going to put some other decorations on here. So like I was saying, you could do deers and stuff like that. So that's what we'll do. We'll put a deer on this one. And like I said, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it better. You want to make sure that it overlaps in a spot to where you know that it's going to stay connected good enough. So like the antlers are kind of thin, so you just want to make sure when you do this part that you are ensuring that you'll get the best adherence for your project so that it doesn't break easily. And then I'm going to add another snowflake. This time I'm going to do a different snowflake. I'll do this one here. Okay, so then what you'll do is you'll highlight all of these again, and then you'll do unite so that they become all one piece. And then you can put this over here so you'll see how it looks over top. And then, so again, like I said, this one will be an engraved one. So then you can put down here anything that you want. So let's go over here. Let's close this out by tapping the shapes again. Then we're going to tap text. And you just tap here on the screen, and then you can put like Merry Christmas, and then 2024. On here, so you can either keep it like this, or you can go up here and change the font. So you can find a font that you like. I think that one looks cute, so I'm just going to do Blackjack. And I'm going to set this to engrave. And I'm just going to, so you can do it two ways. You can either select the font and then go use a corner to size it down, or you can go up here to the sizing right here, and then you can adjust the size here. But I'm going to use the corner box to do so. So with that still lined up, I'm going to make this smaller. I'm going to go over here, and then I'm just going to adjust this until it looks like it's good. And then you can line up the crosshairs as you can see here. And to me, that looks good. So then what you do is you move this one out of the way, and then you'll take this one. And so this one is set to engrave. You want to set this back piece to cut. You want to set this one to cut as well. So you want to set all your pieces that you want to cut, and anything to engrave. So I just want to make sure both of these are set to cut. And then I'm going to change my material up here at the top right. It says user defined right now. We're going to change this to 3mm basswood plywood. So that's what I'm going to use. So then now it knows the settings to use to cut these out because it's based off of the material that I'm using. So then the next thing that you want to do is you want to go to your xTool S1 or whatever machine that you're going to be using to then cut it out and to engrave. Another thing I wanted to show you guys real quick is if you wanted to see the process or the order that it was going to do everything, then you can set that up as well. So I'm going to change this one since they're all blue. I'm going to change this one since it's going to be doing a different setting. I'm going to change this color to purple. And so purple to me means it's going to engrave, and all the blues mean that it's going to cut. So then if you go down here to the layers, then you can see how it's going to do everything. So according to the layer panel, it's going to do all the engraving in purple first and then any cutting second. So let's go to the xTool S1 so then I can show you the next steps. So you're going to place your material on your honeycomb or your base plate. So mine is a 12 by 12 piece of basswood, 3mm basswood plywood. I'm going to do the distance measurement is, make sure your xTool is connected. So you just go up here to connect it. And then you're going to hit this auto measure. This gets your distance from your material to your laser. You're going to hit this little flag one that says mark processing area, hit rectangle, start marking. You're going to get the top left and the bottom right. And you're going to be hitting, you're going to do end marking, done. And now you see the area that you'll be working with. So now you just want to arrange. Now you want to arrange all of your ornament pieces onto the area that you marked. So you can close out of the layers panel by just hitting that layers panel thing, tab again. Okay, so for this one, you just want to make sure you highlight both so that everything stays in the spot that it needs to. And then you put that on there as well. So then once you're done with that, you're just going to go over here to process. It'll tell you how long it'll take. So it'll take about 15 minutes, it says for this. And so it shows all the pieces that it's going to be working with. So I'm just going to hit start and I'm going to turn on my fan. Make sure you close your lid first. So if you have this happen, you have to confirm and then you have to go process again and then start. So like I said before, you can see here that the first thing that it's going to do is the engraving because that was the first layer that was on the layering of the order that it was going to do everything. So it's nearly done. So I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do with this one back here. So that back piece to this snowflake, I'm going to show you guys some options for how you can cover that. So you can get something like this where you can use some wrapping paper for Christmas gifts as your backing. Or you can use something like this. I picked this up from Michael's, and this is just some paper pads with different designs. As you can see, there's different designs in here. So I'm going to use one of these for my backing. I thought this one was a pretty color, so I'm going to, after it finishes on a laser engraver, I'm going to place that back piece on here, and then I am going to trace it on here so I can cut it out. Alright, so now it's finishing up here. So I'm going to turn off my fan. Wait for the air assist to turn off as well. Okay, so that's off. And now you see the pieces here. So I'm going to take these out and then we're going to go for the next step. So that's how they look fresh off. Okay, so for this part, you're gonna need some glue, a pen, your back piece, and some scissors. So real quick, I'm just gonna trace this out. And you can see, so I'm gonna cut that piece out and then I'll get right back to you guys. Okay, so once you have that piece cut out, what you're gonna do is you're gonna get some glue. You can use whatever glue that you like to use or whatever adhesive you like to use. And then you're just going to place it on there. For this piece, you can just place this directly on here, or if you wanted to like make this white or silver or something like that, you can do that. So let's do that real quick so I can show you that. So for this, you can use like some white paint or some silver paint, but I have these little Sharpies I like to use. So I'm just going to color it in using this. So this is it. Of course, you don't have to color or paint this in. That's just something extra you can do if you want it. So then same thing, just going to put some glue on there, lined up. And then all you have to do is put a little ribbon on there. So there's that one. Okay. And then the same thing for this. You can also color this in. You can make this a different color if you want to, or you can just leave it as is. So then you would just glue those pieces together like so, and then you'll have that one. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Take care. Stay blessed.